Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Welcome back to World of Tanks, where today I am finally able to bring you some actual gameplay action as well with WZ-111 Module 5A, which is going to be new upcoming tier 10 Chinese heavy tank in this game. With patch 9.19.1. Finally, test server is up and running. I believe this has been the most problematic test server, at least as far as I remember, because it has been down more than it has been up actually. At first it was up for like, I don't know, from 2 to 4 hours or something like that. But anyways, after 5 days this is back up, and I'm finally able to bring you some actual gameplay action as well with this tank, because I have been talking about this vehicle for a couple of months now. You have seen 2 preview episodes, I believe, and in today's episode, while you are enjoying some gameplay action on the background, I am going over some stats. Let's see what is the final version of this vehicle, because most likely Wargaming is not going to change anything on this tank anymore. So let's get going. At first I am going to tell you how this tank looks with 100% crew, without any equipment, consumables or crew skills, and after that I am going to show you how far you can push this tank, how much you can boost this tank. So let's get going quickly. About firepower: average damage per shot 490, average penetration with standard rounds is 250. But guys, premium rounds on this vehicle are heat rounds with 340mm of penetration. This is freaking crazy. Premium heat with 340mm of penetration. I believe you are able to penetrate every single tank in the game with premium rounds quite easily. A standard ammunition type is AP round, so it is not going to lose that much penetration over the distance as APCR would lose. Rate of fire 5.59 rounds per minute, reload time over 10 seconds, 10.74 seconds. Turret traverse speed 27.12 degrees per second, gun depression is -7 degrees, and 23 degrees of gun elevation. 23 degrees of gun elevation is something special. And -7 degrees is actually something special as well for Chinese heavy tanks. 113 is going to receive -7 degrees as well, but only on the sides. But in the front, 113 is going to keep its -5 degrees of gun depression. So 5A is a little bit better on that part. Aiming time 2.4 seconds, accuracy at 100 meters or dispersion at 100 meters is 0.37 with 100% crew, and average damage per minute is almost exactly the same as on 113, which is 2738. So overall firepower is actually really good, penetration is decent, nothing too crazy, but for tier 10 heavy tank 250 penetration is okay, 490 alpha damage is pretty standard, reload time, yeah, better than on IS-7 for example. So far this is almost exactly like IS-7, but a lot better. Aiming time 2.4 seconds is also something I do enjoy. Let's move on, let's talk about survivability. This tank is going to have 2200 hit points, which is 50 hit points more than on IS-7 and 100 hit points less than on 113. Hull armor 140mm thick in the front, sides are going to be 120mm thick, and rear hull armor is 60mm. Turret is really good, 300mm from the front, 180 on the sides and 60 in the rear of the turret. Overall armor, once again, or overall survivability, once again, is nothing too crazy, but you are going to bounce a lot of shots on live server at least, because on test server, as we all know, people are using premium rounds almost exclusively. But let's move on. Mobility: this tank is going to be 50 tons heavy tank with 750 horsepower engine, which is exactly the same as on 113. Specific power 15, power to weight ratio, horsepower per tons, top speed 50 and reverse speed 15. And I have to say that this vehicle actually feels quite mobile. It is able to achieve its top speed quite easily on flat ground at least. So yes, mobility, thumbs up from me. Traverse speed 37.55 degrees per second, hull traverse speed that is. Concealment, this is a heavy tank, so do not expect any crazy concealment numbers. 6.44 of stationary vehicle and 3.25 of moving vehicle. View range, pretty average, 400 meters view range, and signal range, as always, 750 meters. So this was WZ-111 Model 5A with 100% crew. But let's see what happens if I am going to boost this with some crew skills, for example with Brothers in Arms, with situational awareness, and with recon skill as well for some extra view range. Equipment that I'm using is as followed: a vertical stabilizer Mark II, a large caliber tank on rammer of course, and I decided to go with improved ventilation class 3 because with my crew skills, with my ventilation, I am able to get my view range up to 440 meters. At the moment I am not using food, but if you are going to use food as well, your view range is going to be quickly 461 meters. So if I am going to play this tank in full tryhard mode with food, with equipment, with peace crew, I can easily push my view range over 450 meters. But on the test server I was actually playing this tank without premium food. So let's see how far you can push this vehicle DPM wise and gun handling wise and so on. So food, ventilation, rammer, stab, and Brothers in Arms on my crew members. Rate of fire 6.77, reload time 8.86 seconds, from 10.76 seconds to 8.86 seconds. Under 9-second reload time with 490 alpha damage gun. This is pretty amazing, I have to tell you that. Aiming time 2.2 seconds, accuracy 0.34. Accuracy is also pretty damn awesome for tier 10 heavy tank. For this kind of gun, 130mm boomstick. Average damage per minute over 3300. And as I said before, view range 461 meters. So this is WZ-111 on paper with 100% crew and with boosted crew and with boosted equipment. And you can actually boost it even more with upcoming improved equipment, with directives and so on. And I have to say that I really like how this tank looks as well. Yes, it looks a lot like tier 9 WZ-111 Model 14 or tier 8 WZ-111 because it is from the same line pretty much, but overall look, some extra bags, tracks and some other like cosmetical things, that logo over here, and the Chinese camo. I really dig Chinese camo. So with Chinese camo, with all those little extra bits on the tank, yeah, it is one nice looking tank, I have to tell you that. So ladies and gents, this is WZ-111 5A, Model 5A, our new upcoming tier 10 Chinese heavy tank. And how you're able to get it? Luckily you are able to get it from the old tier 9 vehicle, from the Model 14. So Model 14 from now on is going to unlock you 2 tier 10 Chinese heavy tanks, 113 and WZ-111 Model 5A, after gathering 198,000 experience with tier 9 heavy tank. And this is the way to do it. So let's take a look at one pretty awesome battle as well with this vehicle, and let's call it an episode. Okay, so let's take a look at one pretty awesome battle that I had with this tank on El Haluf. As always on test server, full tier 10 matchmaking. And we do not have that many Model 5As over here. I believe we have 3 of them and the enemy team has none of them, or maybe 1. I can see TVP T5051 made one huge mistake. He was trying to be a little bit too aggressive, I guess, and I got really lucky shot. 484 damage done, and I was actually able to track that TVP, so some tracking assistance and some spotting assistance as well, and the enemy super dangerous tier 10 medium tank has been destroyed already. I believe that TVP wasn't able to deal any damage whatsoever, so pretty good start for the team. Let's move up. We have Gorilla 15 over here. One of our Model 5As is already in pretty aggressive position. D57 Heavy is going to be here as well. 113 on the other side. Let's make it 2 113s. And I decided to be even more aggressive than our second Model 5A. And I decided to push up into that E50M. So, because at the moment that guy is actually able to snipe for free from that position. With trading with the other Model 5A. So quick tracking shot, boom, and I was able to bounce one shot from that guy as well. Third Model 5A arrived and direct hit from the enemy artillery. Spotted IS-4 while getting rammed into the pooper by our Badger 25T, but it does not matter. I decided not to fix up my crew members just yet, because I wasn't in the position to deal any damage to the enemy vehicles anyway, so I believe that would have been a waste of large medkit. But let's move on. Let's see what do we have behind that corner, and of course mouse tank is also over there. That was a little bit stupid move. I received 2 penetrations from Panzerkampfwagen 7 and from mouse tank. Of course, I did not see that mouse tank over there before, and I got punished for that. But our D57 Heavy seems like he did put his final shot into that mouse. Good job. Standard AP round penetration into the lower plate of that mouse, and that guy is not going to give up and is coming for me. No penetration, no damage received. I was super lucky over there, I have to tell you that. But mouse has been tracked, and seems like that mouse does not have any repair kits left, and down it goes. Next victim, 183 maybe? 183 that just repaired its tracks, and I derped that shot. I should have pushed in a little bit more to take that 100% tracking shot, because that was actually super easy tracking shot. Now going to aim at Panzerkampfwagen 7's weak spot, and easy penetration, 479 damage done. So far I have not used any premium rounds whatsoever, with 340 millimeters of penetration, and if I remember correctly, I am not going to use any premium rounds as well. So I was just testing out the tank. I was testing out the tank, how it is going to be on the live server, because this is what I am interested about. Yet another shot into the Panzerkampfwagen 7's weak spot, and now I see the opportunity to push in once again. STRV 103B, ooh, penetration. I was able to get penetration, and enemy Badger artillery was able to hit me as well. Panzerkampfwagen 7 is trying to run away, but my reload time is a little bit better than his acceleration, luckily. 183 took the shot, so easy damage, easy kill. Who is going to pick up the kill? And that was our Badger 25T, yep. And only one enemy tank is still alive, who is Badger artillery. I would love to get some revenge. That was almost a hit, as you are going to see soon. Yes, I was aiming in the right area of the map, and now I'm just cruising around and fooling around, because most likely that Badger is going to be behind that hill, and yes, this is exactly what this guy is going to do. So let's see if our RT is able to pick up the kill. Come on, RT is aiming, most likely he's aiming, still aiming, and boom, done. Poof, Badger 155-58, and I decided to scare our little Badger a little bit. So that was a pretty decent game. A super heavy tier 10 matchup once again, and I was, let's see, yes, top by damage done, close to 6,000 damage done, 2 kills and close to 1.2k raw experience. I made some credits for 5 minutes and 2-second battle, not too bad. In that battle I received 7 shots in total and only 4 of them did penetrate, and I believe 2 of those shots were shots from the artillery actually, so not too bad for the test server. Where people are testing out premium ammunition for some reason. But yeah, overall, pretty decent battle. Nothing too crazy though. And I believe that is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is our new upcoming tier 10 Chinese heavy tank WZ-111 Model 5A. A regular standard tier 10 heavy tank. No clan reward tank, no premium vehicle. This is standard vehicle for everybody to research. Finally, we need something like this in the game as well, because we have received so many premium tanks already. My opinion about this tank, it is really good. I enjoyed playing with this tank even on the test server where people are firing premium rounds almost exclusively, and it was able to do quite a decent work even after receiving premium shot after premium shot. Over here you have to play a little bit more carefully if you are trying to test out stuff, test out tank, gun handling and so on, but yeah, I was able to do that with this vehicle. So my final opinion, once again, it is really good. I thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, if you haven't seen my newest design on my merch store, go check it out. Something for my US fans, dedicated for my US fans for the 4th of July as well. I know, believe me guys, I know how important that day is for all of you. And I made something for that occasion and something for my new idea as well. I'm trying to do something like this for every single nation in the game or for every single subscriber on my channel. Anyways, I thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think about this beast and I catch you in my next episode. Take care and bye.